What do you think of that? 3-1. 3-1. Fantastic. That was a professional performance. You've only got to look at Saturday. Totally different team. Totally different team. And Sir Bosley was outstanding tonight. He was brilliant. The whole of the midfield was very good. Got to give you that. The whole of the midfield. Well done, Reds. Absolutely brilliant. And Chris says, Team Milan versus Liverpool. Yes, get in there. Goal woke us up. Yep, Yusuf. Yep, absolutely. It did. It did. And he says again, great performance apart from the first 10 minutes. Yeah, it was that goal, their goal, that is. But we came back. We as Shearer said, there's no need to panic. Liverpool are a professional side. Got all the players there, all the experienced players they need. And he was spot on, and we didn't panic. And then we just outplayed them. And Edward says, good performance from the Red Men. Absolutely, Edward. Absolutely. And the Pride says, 9-2 Bayern. I'm not bothered about that. It's not interested. I'm not being funny there, Callum. But big win. Come on, the Reds. Absolutely. The Anfield Roar. Good evening, Frankie. Chat and drink these. Yeah, would to be honest. I would. I really was Anfield. And good night's work. Absolutely, T. Absolutely. Was a great night's work. I'm absolutely delighted, Great performance, Frank, especially after going behind. Yeah. You can't take anything away from the Reds there tonight. Nothing. You cannot take anything away from them. We just done a professional job on AC. And the Pride says, Salah loves the bar. I think he could do it then off the Anfield Roar. You're so right though, yeah, he loves the bar there. Pride, Callum. Leader Whiz Kid. Big up, Reds. We all feel much better now, eh? Absolutely. Absolutely. And Peter Davis. I Frank, boss result tonight up the Red Men. Yep. And then, because you're there at the end, our lads, don't forget, they were well outnumbered. I'm talking about our fans who were over there. And I didn't even know that one of our lads was involved in an accident on the way to the game today. And unfortunately, he lost his life. And I don't know the lad's name. I'm sorry about that. But, rest in peace, fella. Rest in peace, mate. And Ian Max says, much better than Saturday. Great win, boys. Absolutely, Ian. I'm absolutely delighted. I really am. I'm over the moon, as they say. I really am, because after Saturday, I couldn't believe the performance we gave Saturday. It was dreadful. And yet they come out tonight. Totally different team. Our midfield was great tonight. Our midfield. And they protected and fed. And Mo was brilliant again. Absolutely brilliant. And unfortunately, he wasn't on the score sheet. But Konate and Big Veg and Szoboszlai, that was a great goal, the build up and everything. Absolutely brilliant. So I was made up with that. I really was absolutely delighted. Slot's first test after Saturday, and he's come through. It says Paul Turner. Yep, yep. And Steve Evans says we had no shape first 10 minutes, then took them apart. Should have been at least 5. Totally agree. I thought the Jot missed it. That was a sitter. That he only had to love the goalkeeper. Tip it over him. You know what I mean? We had to chip it over. Would have been a great goal, man. Take it all back, says Paul Bear. Great team performance. Shows you what I know. Gapco, man of the match for me. Gapco was brilliant. I think, as I said, they all were. I think Jota was at Shano.
Hey Frank, how are you?
I thought you ain't coming on.
Listen, I've been a busy man. I'll tell you that for nothing. I've literally jumped off a stream with Adam.
All right.
We were doing a watch along, and I was having big difficulties with the stream that I was watching. I think I've missed about 20 minutes of the game. So, but I'm thrilled to bits with that game. So I really am. Absolutely.
Well, I just said though, Sean, that it was a professional performance.
Yeah.
You know, we got the cobwebs out of Saturday. You know, we just pulled them apart, and then we went 1-0 down. You know, the first couple of minutes, and the next, you know, we didn't panic. We kept our cool, and then we just went ahead. Absolutely brilliant win. Brilliant professional performance.
Especially after the start that we had. That was a horrible goal to concede, and to just kind of settle in and just put our heads down to it. And we had AC Milan quaking in their boots at home.
Yeah. You know? At home. That's the point. We were in the San Siro.
Yeah.
And we gave them a footballing lesson.
Yeah.
We really did. The midfield was absolutely super. So Bosley was my man of the match.
Yeah.
You know, one of the lads said that it was Gakpo for him, but Gakpo had a great game.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best games he's had for us. You know, the way he was just beating the players and, you know, absolutely brilliant. And he has hard luck, you know, with a shot he has. A brilliant save by their keeper. Absolutely brilliant save.
And the thing is, it could have been more. Salah had 2 shots hit off the crossbar. You know,
underneath the crossbar as well. Underneath.
Yeah.
He's so unlucky, but Mo. You know, there you go. And Leader WizKids, because I mentioned the lad, ripped to our brother Red. Yeah, you know, it's shocking. You know, to go through a match and be in an accident.
So sad. And he was an Irishman, from what I heard.
Yeah, one of the lads. Yeah.
I wasn't too sure. I have a friend who has the same surname as him, and I thought it might have been his brother, and or a relation. So I got on to my mate, and thankfully, you know, it wasn't. But it's just so heartbreaking, you know, that. And I mean, some of the stuff that's been posted on social media by rival fans is absolutely disgraceful and disgusting. And they should hang their head in shame for even using football rivalry to. I mean, it's just disgraceful, you know. But it's just very sad, very sad.
And you know, I just fear for his family, his friends, and everything. That lad, don't I feel sorry for the family, you know?
Yeah,
just terrible. Anyway, Callum says the pride of Merseyside. He says Gakpo was the outstanding player for me. If we have to pick one, that's a good shout. really is a good show. Who was your man of the match, by the way?
Do you know what? I was. He's not the man of the match for me, but I was a little bit unsure about Tim McCass being selected, and obviously you could probably blame him for the first goal, conceding the first goal, but then he made up for it, with the assist with Virgil. So good performance by him, but I think the midfield did well. Gravenberch did good. Gapco did good, So either of those two, I think.
Okay, no, that's that. Same here, Pride of Merseyside. I think he's Reed Thompson. Never mentioned that. He's all the way from Portugal,
Oh, very nice.
Even and Frank, Liverpool have got over their jet lag international catch up with their families and produced the goods. Absolutely. The Anfield Roar. Frank, I have a few thoughts. Great European dominant performance by us. Didn't fold after going goal down. Two centre halves on Mo and Trent were class about tonight. Gapco needs to calm down. I think he's having a little, having a humorous sort of thing. Gapco needs to calm down.
I was delighted to see Gapco play well, and I mean, then he gives an option on that side of the pitch.
Absolutely great, he was. And my brother at Gapco has a decent game, sure. And cracking performance, says Jeff Ellison. Hiya, Jeff. I hope you're well, mate. And you there, and you. Honestly, Ellison wasn't great tonight. I couldn't believe Ellison, when he gave that ball away.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Yeah.
Nuts, that. And the Anfield, I couldn't believe Jota criticism in the pub. I was like, F off. He is entitled to have an off day a bit. Yeah, as I said before, Anfield, I thought he should have scored. He only had to chip it. And he just hit it at the keeper. And the keeper went so. I think we should have tested their keeper, the young lads when he came off. I think we should have tested him more.
The keeper that came on, or that was on at the start, he didn't look the Mae West from the get-go. He was constantly on his butt.
Yeah. And Albie Donnelly, Albie's in a great band. I used to watch him in the 70s.
Oh, very good.
Supercharged. But he's based in Germany now. And Supercharged, based over there, And Big Red, he's been on my show. He actually came in and did a show with me. And he said to me, I said, would you like a drink? I meant tea. And he went, yeah. I said, would you like a tea or a coffee? He said, have you got any beer? No, I don't drink in the house.
Yeah.
And I had beer for our kids. I had Jared. I had some beer for him. I was, giving it to him. And he said, I said, do you want a beer? He said, yeah. He drank the lot. He drank the beer. He's got another one there.
Fair, folks.
He hasn't been since.
And what's the name of the band? Supercharged, is it?
Supercharged, yeah. Great. He's the saxophonist.
Saxophone player.
Yeah, saxophone, yeah. And what did he say? He said, excellent win from LFC as AFC seized the draw from the jaws of victory yet again.
I'll tell you, Frank, I was only looking at someone mentioned the fantasy football. I was thinking, God, that watch has my name on it. I thought I was doing well there. I was in, I think, second. I've now slipped down to fourth, but yeah, I'm doing okay, I think.
Oh, well, there you go. and it's all there. We've got something else as well. There's JK. All right, JK.
All right, bro. How you doing?
All
I
right,
bet
Jake.
you're happy, aren't you? Bet you're a big smile right across the screen there. Well, that's your
Nice to meet you, bro.
Yeah, that's our JK there.
Well.
So, what did you think, JK, overall, before I go into these comments here?
Like, I was getting flashbacks when some of our fans were having a go at Gravenberch and Gakpo. The Dutch, they're Dutch. They kept on saying they were Dutch and they're useless. Today, them two guys won that game for us.
Yeah, Gravenberch,
There you go.
yeah, absolutely. But as I said, all our midfield was brilliant. Szoboszlai was outstanding for me. He was brilliant, that lad, tonight. And, but I know it's wrong to pick a man of the match. Even Mo, so unlucky with his 2 efforts. 3 efforts he had, because that goalkeeper made a fantastic save.
But,
you know what I mean?
But guys, what a good way for Szoboszlai to kind of answer to maybe not the criticism that he got from Slot, but he got a tap in, but he was there at the right place at the right time. He's making the number. He still gets the ball in the net, and that's it. That's all he can do.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. And Charlie Wood says, "Hello, Frank, again." Yeah, we always have a dodgy 15 minutes. As long as we get through it, we're okay. Absolutely. Dean O'Brien. After the poor start, that was a very impressive performance. After Saturday, it would have been easy for us to crumble, but the Reds kept their composure and began to play. Rip to the LFC fan who passed away in Italy. Awful news. Yeah, it's shocking, Dino. It really is, that poor lad. Going to watch a game, and we were playing away and the crowds were getting on the ref's back, says Charlie Wood. Yes, they were.
Top ref, though. I think the referee did well. He was he did pretty well.
Oh, yeah, he very strict. He was very strict.
I think he allowed a lot of things to go, though.
He did. And did you hear that Clattenburg, to give the referee's opinion? Now, Clattenburg was all right, you know what I mean? But tonight, he said he's got to give away a soft foul. What the fuck was that all about? You don't give soft fouls. You either give a foul, but you don't give soft fouls to calm the crowd down. That was a ridiculous comment coming out from him.
Yeah, but for me, he let the game flow. Don't you reckon? Like the game was at stop, start. It sort of flowed. Look how many attempts on goal we had. We had that because we had enough time to play. The ref didn't blow up every 2 seconds like they do in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And that's why, for me, like in the Euros, there was a referee from South America. He refereed one of the Euro games. Such a top game. Let the game flow. Because why? He's got no connections to any country. So he just refereed as a neutral, In the Premier League, I realised that referee today that we had, but that's what we need in the Premier League.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. A referee that doesn't get kind of influenced by the crowd, by the home crowd. I mean, especially when we were 2-1 up, I mean, that could have gone anywhere. All right, Adam. Sorry, Adam's there. The players were throwing themselves onto the ground trying to get anything and everything, and the referee kind of stood and just he didn't. I think he had a good game, to be honest with you. I do.
Sean, does Adam want to come on? Can you send
Adam,
him a link?
I'll send him the link. Yeah, I'm not too sure because he had done the watch along.
Oh, okay. Well, if he wants to come on,
I'll send the link to him.
Okay.
Oh, a second.
Steve Evans says, Grav stepped up tonight, best player on the pitch by far. He was excellent, but so was the rest of the midfield. So was the rest. R.I.P. Steve to the lads who died last night, and also R.I.P. to my mate, who passed away on Sunday. He'll never walk alone. Jesus.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
To hear that, man, Steve.
Jeez. And the Lee says, Lee the Whiz Kid says, Steve, sorry for your loss, mate. You never walk alone. Stanfield artist, Steve. It's just nuts. IBR still a big up Frank and chat. Thanks, IBR, lads.
Bless, bro.
And Lee Brady. Hiya, Lee. Haven't seen you for a while, mate. Hello, Frank. Hope you're okay. Gapco plays well today. I said Forest game was hopefully a blip, and I'm glad it was. Winning against the big guns will get that confidence. Yes. Yes, it will. Make no mistake about that. And Daz is here with us as well. Daz Reynolds.
Best Daz.
I think Anfield Roar has warned me off the watch because he reckons he's going to win it.
Oh, the fantasy football, yeah?
Yeah, because I just joined, I think it was last week, and
okay.
I was just looking and I thought, oh, I'm in second place. I'm not doing too bad, but I slipped. I've got to. I'm now in fourth, but you know.
I was first, and I think I dropped to fourth or something. So.
Well, I'll put us up in a minute anyway.
Yeah, I got one for the Champions League as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
I got Daz Reynolds as well, so he's set up one as well.
Okay, great. Okay, well, Lee Brady says we could have had a lot more goals tonight. Jota and Nunes need a goal to improve their confidence.
Absolutely.
Now. Yeah, bang on.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna bring these on here. I want you to talk about this, JK. Okay. And it's the fantasy football. Go ahead, JK.
One moment, bro. Okay, this is Champions League fantasy football, the same as the Premier League, but this is for the Champions League. Just whack that code in the league part where you can find out where you can join leagues. Just put that code in. It's kicked off tonight, so if you haven't set up a team, you might have missed out on points today. But it's pretty easy to do. Just download the UEFA Gaming app. That's what it's on.
Oh, it's not on the normal Premier League one. It's.
No, this is Champions League. This is UEFA.
My apologies.
Yeah. The Premier League is the one that you joined the other day. So this is the Champions League. All you got to do is from the App Store download UEFA Gaming. It's called.
UEFA
and then bang, set up your team.
Okay. All right. And I want to put this up as well. And it's this. If you go on the game, this are we playing Sunday, Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Okay, if you go on the game, get to those lads there, that scarf or a badge. All great clubber. It really is fantastic clubber. Good quality, reasonable prices. So if you want anything, get to that scarf or a badge, or you could even go online at scarf or a badge.com. That's what it is. Absolutely brilliant. And look at that. YouTube, LFC Red Forever channel, RFC. There you go. And YouTube, AKM, LFC. There you go. And I was on I was talking to them last night.
Yeah.
Show. But when you want me on, give me some notice.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. We're trying to do we're going to be doing watch-alongs. I think we're going to do kind of Champions League watch-alongs. So but definitely. Yeah. Adam's just said he's just got out of the shower, so he probably not in a great spot to be coming on.
We'll all get locked up. You'll all get like you, Thomas. Okay. Anyway, okay. Dean O'Brien says Gravenberch was man of the match for me. Thought he was the only one who had a decent game against Forest, but against tonight he was superb and just brings something that Endo doesn't have. That ability to turn and let the ball cross your body on the run. Great again. Yes. Agree with you there. Agree. And yeah, even last season I was saying about that. I said, what the hell what is he? I was saying that last season. I admit it. But geez, he has got some talent, the lad. And as I was saying, Lee, where's Roland, mate? I don't know what these are all talking to themselves. I'm sorry. They're all talking to themselves. And IBR Stella, this is a good one. The blue noses are becoming blue bottlers. That's true, that. That's absolutely true. Enjoyed that game after they got stuck in. Still can't understand Slot playing Dome. Playing what? Oh, John. I don't know. Playing Dome. Some of them. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. All right, Lynn. Hope you're well. Gravenberch is giving me Yaya Toure vibes.
That's a good shout out.
It is, isn't it? By the IBR. And the midnight soaker. Evening, gents. Evening midnight.
Evening.
Some great names here. I'll just go through these if you don't mind. Hands off that watch, me, lad. Oh, yeah. Hang on a minute. Hang on. There it is. There's the watch, lads. That's the Anfield Roar says. Hands off that watch, me, lad. I'm going to take some stock, and JK knows the watch isn't leaving Tess Lynham's ankle. That's a cracker, that, isn't it? Anyway, it's a cracking watch, and as I said, believe me, it's not a cheap one, and I'm giving it as the price.
It's definitely my size, Frank, anyway, so, definitely my size.
It is good, though. Perpetual motion, and you can see the back there, the way it's, all the end works and everything. And it's a solid watch. It's a heavy thing as well. It's very heavy, solid it is.
I don't mind holding it when I'm lifting up the Fantasy Premier League trophy,
Yeah.
It's
Michael Corleone is our mafia fella. Sabaz has 2 assists, 1 goal in 5 games. Well, that goal tonight was a cracker. IBR Stella Gravenberch, if he can develop tenacity, I'll make him a complete midfielder, says the Anfield Road. And Michael says in Milan, Arnie Slot became Giovanni Splattertoni. Splattertoni.
Jesus, I hope not.
Oh, brilliant. Gabco, Sobo, we're decent tonight, says Mark Simons. Absolutely, Mark. All the way from Gibraltar, Spain.
I don't know if anyone remembers Trapattoni when he's Republic of Ireland manager, but by Jesus, he destroyed it. Destroyed it.
And the Anfield Road, R.I.P. to the lads he passed in Milan. Terrible news for his family. He'll never walk alone. I'll have to just go through these if you don't mind. Evening goal anyway, up the Reds, says Steve. And Grav and Gapco class. What did I say? Sabozzo needs to score more. Well happy, says Daryl Merry. Absolutely, Daryl. Whoever organised them set pieces tonight needs a pay rise. Also, Samikas cannot defend for Toffee, but he takes a corner well.
Yeah.
I thought he played all right myself. I thought the whole of the defence did, to be honest.
Well, sorry, Frank.
I was just going to say he was well out of position for their goal. Because that's where it came down, the Pulisic, right down the left. That should have been cut out, that though. I don't care. Really should have done. And Peter Davis. Smash the like button for Frank, lads. Thank you, Peter. Really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, look, Bournemouth's going to be tough. Right, so that's the prize, for our football competition, and it's good luck whoever wins it. But I just hope it's no one from Spain, Germany,
or a woman.
Romania or somewhere, there's no way I'm going over there to present it. No way.
Yeah, but what if it's a woman, bro?
Yeah.
Having a big watch like on.
Unless it's somewhere in Italy, that'll do, mate. Might go over there. James, I'll have to see. Good evening, Frank. That was a good win. Sad to hear the death of Philip Dooley following an old traffic accident in Bergamo. The thoughts and prayers with his family. That's a nice tribute. Thank you, James. Thank you.
Yeah.
And as Mark said, Mark Simons will be a hell of a lot harder than Milan, who had zero fight.
I was disappointed with Milan, They had how many? I think we had about 18 attempts on goal. They had 2.
Yeah.
1-0 up early on. Yeah, it's just like weird. They're pretty poor actually, when you really look at it.
Did you notice the goal kicks tonight? What are they on about?
The goal kicks from them.
No, from us.
From us,
no, yeah. From us. You had Allison kicking it to Virgil, and he was just by him, just outside the 6-yard box. What's that? What was that all about? I just can't make it out.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Frank, because, for me, do it, but don't do it all the time. Sometimes just hit it long. Keep the ball away from, you know what it is? Thank God we've got players who are capable of just getting the ball, passing it, and they're pretty good at it, Man City and us, we're the best at it. Even Arsenal now. But if you got a team opposition who just jumps on you, it could go pretty poor, So for me, I don't want to overplay at the back. Sometimes just hit it long or into midfield or whatever.
That's nice. That's nice from Anfield. Sean, I've subscribed to the channel, so I'll be taking a look in. If Frank vouches for you, that's good.
I'll put the link in. Is it AKM LFC? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm part of that. I can't accept full credit for it. That's Adam Naylor, and so I do the streams with Adam. Usually it's on Monday, but we did there yesterday and we've done today as well. But AKM LFC and Adam Naylor LFC on Facebook if you just want to check that out as well. Appreciate that. Thank you very much, Anfield Roar. Appreciate that.
We'll put it up as well, don't worry. Put it up in a few minutes. And Slot, nah, great birthday present for the boss.
Yeah, 46 today.
Yeah, oh, brilliant. I said, how old is he?
46.
46. My man of the match says James Mack was Gravo, brilliant. Jota scored versus Ipswich. Then I don't know what has happened to him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think what it is with Jota, he needs to be in a team where he's in the box. He needs to be in the box to score goals. Jota mainly, you know, he's like nippy. Like today, he sort of dropped quite a lot, you know, and a lot of people don't just see that part of the game of an attacker. You know, an attacker doesn't attack all the time. You know, so for me, Jota, yeah, not great, even against Forest, not great, but today he was okay. You know, I think on Saturday I would play Darwin. I would start Darwin up top, and see how that goes for a game or two. You know,
I think Liverpool, you know, as I said, you know, they should have tested their goalkeeper after the original one went off. The young lad should have tested him more. But I think they just played the game out after they scored the third. They just played it out. It's a very professional job. And
exactly.
It was great to see. It was really good to see.
They're already thinking about Saturday's game, I think, as well, Frank.
Yes, that's why they took Trent off, to be honest.
Yeah.
And Mo, you know what I mean? All right, there's only a few minutes to go. Plus
It was good to see some fight, you know. Gravenberch Canati, for example, showing fight like to get that win today. Gakpo as well. So that was good to see.
Yeah, it was good to see. Actually, it was. I think what one of the lads saying there as well, it'll give them the confidence for the weekend.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
After that dreadful performance against Notts Forest, and you can't take away. You know, AC are a good side. They're in the Champions bloody League, so they must be a good side. And they've got some tricky players there. Look at that. What's his name? Raphael or someone. That lad. He was all right. Him.
It's not easy to get a win away from home, and especially in Italy. I mean, that can't be sniffed at all, you know.
Yeah, good start. Good start. Yeah. But for me, Leao, I would have taken him at Liverpool. Quality player.
Yusuf says, does anyone mention Everton going out?
I couldn't care less. I didn't see anything about Everton.
Be bothered. Cozy was classed tonight as the game progress. Great build up for Tom's goal. Yeah. I thought Gakpo was.
People were moaning about Gakpo, you know. Look, the guy's not even been playing this season. And people just moaning about Gakpo, for example, you know. What's he done? He hasn't really had a chance, really. He came on a sub the other day, 30 minutes, and never really did anything. But today he started, and he played pretty well, you know. I think, like, Liverpool fans need to have patience. It's a squad game, you know. When Jota isn't firing, we can bring someone else in, you know. We've got that. And not a lot of clubs have got that sort of options we got up top. And Chiesa hasn't even been involved yet. So, for me, seeing Gakpo today doing that showed me that he isn't sitting on the subs bench and moaning. He's a bit of a fighter, that lad, you know? And that's what I love seeing in like fake players when they want to win. You know, look at when Gakpo came off the pitch. You know, he was celebrating. Like, he was properly like, happy that we were 3-1 up, you know? So, for me, good attitude, Gakpo.
Do you think, though, it's... I mean, I have patience definitely for Gakpo, but do you think it's the beginning of the end for Nunes?
Yes, I think he's caught up in the wilderness somewhere. I don't know what's happened to the guy, you know. He tries to get involved, but he doesn't really get involved. Like, he's had enough time. He's had another 30-odd minutes today again. For me, when he starts 2, 3, 4 games, then we can have a look, you know. For me, he's been like, he had that sort of ruckus he had in South America at the game with the fans and stuff. That must have really got on his nerves. Like, so he really concentrating on football. It's not an excuse, but that's life, you know. But for me, I want to see him start.
Yeah.
You know, I think, because I don't know, like Jota, I would rest Jota now. He's had, like, Jota's played a lot of football this season. He's played every game from the start, you know. We got Bournemouth at home. Perfect game for Darwin, you know.
But don't forget, you know, that as you said, like the likes of Jota started every game. But Darwin really needs to start a game to see how he is. Instead of coming on with like 10 minutes to go. That doesn't show anything, to be honest. It really doesn't. And I think he does. I think he will be starting games. Make no mistake about that. The Midnight Talker says Stoke won a penalty shootout tonight, 2-1. Is that the worst shootout ever? 2-1. The Midnight Talker carries on by saying, and Preston beat Fulham 16-5, 15-16, 15.
What?
Well, I mean, the highlight of tonight is and this is fantastic news, is that Anthony's personal photographer got to take a picture of Anthony scoring a penalty against Barnsley tonight. So
big news.
Big news, you know. Big news.
Oh, blimey.
Social media will hype it up like he just like won the Ballon d'Or, scored the winner in a final. You know, like that's what I don't like about social media. They really hype up cringe players who are not really worth anything. Like the guy cost 90 million. So I'm expecting 20, 25 goals a season, you know? Come on. Terrible player.
Absolutely. Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
But I wouldn't say terrible player. I'll probably say wrong club for him. Like, he's got skills. He's got something in him to be a footballer. But for me, wrong choice of club. United and Chelsea, 2 clubs to keep away from.
Yeah, true enough.
I don't think...
But Neto, go on, Sean,
sorry, JK. I think United, though, have this tendency to bring in players that have really bad attitudes. I mean, you had Pogba, and I think Anthony is one of them, and Rashford. So, I mean, the fact that they're celebrating 7-0 against Barnsley, and the fact that it was on Sky Sports, I mean, God almighty. But, yeah, I'm not interested in United or Everton. I'm just delighted with tonight's game. And, I mean, I saw on social media Slot's press conference, the live press conference, and people calling Slot out because of the Notts Forest game. Get a grip. I mean, honest to God, people need to wait.
That.
No.
Yeah, but for me, the turning point, Sean, was when the Ball got sacked after 4 games for Palace. Do you remember? He went in, the Ball. Yeah. And that showed, since then, it's like football's like, how can a guy who's done 3 games, is the new manager, hasn't been backed at all in the summer? Me and Franco did enough shows about that topic, and he put us on his slot at the start. So for us to not really say anything about it, really, shows like we're true Liverpool fans in that way of, why are you jumping on the guy's back for? He don't need that. He needs to say, you know what, on to the next game. And like, what happened? 3-1 win away in Milan.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
Well, anyway, Dean O'Brien says that Leo was meant to be one of the best up-and-coming and sought-after wingers in Europe, and he never got past Trent. Allegedly can't defend. This is Trent. Alexander-Arnold, who's absolutely pocketed him. The first time Leo has any impact when he sat Trent defends it superbly. It's an absolute myth that he can't defend, says Dino.
Yeah, agree with you, Dino.
And look at this one here. My daughter works with one of the girls who's related to Philip Tooley, says David Shakespeare. It shows you what a bloody small world it is.
It's crazy, you know. And the minute I saw his surname, I thought that he was related to a good friend of mine because of the surname. And I think his brother has the same name. And I genuinely thought that was his brother.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And James Max says, I know it's not them goal kicks, but just kick it long, Ali. As one of them moments in, and plus it brings on an unnecessary pressure. He did it a couple of times. He did it a couple of times, James. We've had more clean sheets than Premier Inn. I guess it's a good thing to see as well in a while.
Don't knock the Premier Inn.
Well, what do you think of, hang on, what's this one? Where is it? Mark Simons. Why can't we play Gakpo, Diaz and Mo? Up, the forward line. Play them. Because Jota isn't playing too good, let's be honest. As I said, he had a cracking chance there. He should have buried it. In all honesty, instead of kicking it at the keeper, he should have just chipped it.
Squared it to Gakpo.
Yeah.
Remember that one? Where I thought he scored. Oh, he's going to score here. Boom. Gakpo was all alone. Pass it square, goal. He didn't do that. So.
No. I didn't like the way that lad, Abraham.
Yeah.
He was doing all that to
squaring up to Gomez,
Endo.
I think it was. Or Endo,
No,
it was Endo, yeah.
Yeah, doing that.
Yeah.
What's
He
that
thinks
all
he was
about?
playing for Chelsea still.
Yeah.
He's missed the English players' faces. Yeah, that's all that is.
It was Pulisic. Let's go Chelsea, Steve. I'm not interested in there. Sorry, there, midnight. I'm not interested in Bayern Munich or the other fella. Ian Max says, AC Milan Liverpool is still a magnificent fixture. European royalty, two iconic clubs, and for Liverpool to do the job over there again means a lot. Up the red, says Ian Max.
Absolutely.
That's my sentiments entirely. Because after Saturday's debacle, me and JK were talking before the pod. We were talking today, and we had to say, we said, we have to show up tonight. We have to show up, and let's see what Arnie Slot's got up his sleeve. If he can change it around, and boy, did he change it around.
Absolutely.
Did well. The Anfield. That fucking Forest match took gloss off our team. I hate Forest after last season's shenanigans. So I hope we can kick on after tonight and start really punishing these teams we should beat. Yes.
Absolutely. That's why we can't take any of our opposition lightly. I mean, there's no easy game, and when you play the way we played at the weekend, you're going to get punished, and that's what happened. We didn't do anything with our possession. We didn't do anything with it. We barely got any shots on target, and that's what happens. And they got us on the counter. So, we dust ourselves off, and what better way to do that against AC Milan in Italy?
That's within the San we just got beat by Forest at home.
Yeah.
We were dreadful, no matter what anyone says, we were dreadful. And to go to the San Siro and did a professional job on our midfield was like totally different midfield tonight than it was against Notts Forest. Totally different.
We were like hitmen. It was like the Italian job. We came in there, we did the job, and now we're getting on a plane back to Anfield. I mean, we just destroyed them. I think personally, they didn't.
Well, you've seen them at the end of the games, didn't you? You know, they were absolutely delighted.
Yeah.
You know, they were delighted, those lads, when they were coming off, congratulating one another. Absolutely brilliant. But as I said, I thought Szoboszlai was absolutely outstanding. I really do. Scored a great goal, and he assisted in one as well. So
yeah.
What about this here? So Darwin to be a success. So wanted Darwin to be a success, but he looks lost in the headlights. What do you think of that?
There you go, Sean. Carry on, bro.
Well, it's like you said, JK. You know, he has to have the game. He has to have the game time. You know, and if he isn't getting it, then there's not much you can do. I mean, you can only turn up at the training ground and put in a good stint there. But if he's not getting his game, then he's hardly going to be able to prove himself. And then coming on for a couple of minutes, you know, maybe test him out on a cup run or something. I don't know. I think we're all expecting Josh's tank to kind of empty out a bit, and he needs refueling. I don't think he can last a full season, especially with, you know, his history. So I think we'll need to throw Jota in, or not Jota, sorry, Núñez in, and hopefully people will get behind him, and he'll start banging the goals in for us. You know, we don't want to see anyone that decides to play for Liverpool. We don't want to see any of them fail. You know, that's not what we do as a fan base. We want to see all of them succeed. But really, this year he's got to do it for me.
Yeah.
For me, it's a squad game. Hence why, if Jota needs a rest, just bring in Darwin. I don't want to see like fans sort of back chatting about Jota. He's rubbish. He ain't scored in this many games. Give Darwin a chance now. Nah, it's like you got two guys up top who can play that up front position. Take it in turns. That's for me a squad game. You know, that's why I haven't got. I know Darwin's chance will come, and when it comes, I hope he just like nails down his spot. You know, and when he needs to rest, Jota can come back in. So that's the luxury we got. It's not really a bad problem to have, actually.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Well, Steve says my man of the match was Gravenberch, unsung hero. He does a lot of the dirty work that most simple fans don't see. He's spot on there.
Mm.
Do you see that block by him, by the way?
Oh,
was a from Abraham. Someone, I forget who it was. It was a cracking block. Because the light came around Karate, and he got right by the byline. And that was going into a dangerous area where he was in the Milan players.
Yeah.
And he got that block in. Cracking that. That was brilliant. That.
For me, best game he's played for Liverpool like today.
Yeah.
He was on it. Like, he was really on it. You know, when I always say this, when players like him and Trent have good games, we end up winning. I will say that. When Trent plays well, like going back to comment before about Trent defending-wise, but I always say when Trent plays good, we play good. And I think Gravenberch is looking like that as well, so it's good to have.
Yeah, no, you're right. And Gakpo's the other Dutch lads, you know, great. All our midfield was great tonight.
Yeah.
Little snappy passes by McAllister as well. You know, little dinks, bang, putting them through. Fantastic. Do you know what? You know, I watched it on Prime, and my picture was awful. Then it went all right. Then it went awful again. You know, I don't know what to I don't know whether it was with telly or Prime or what.
Oh, I was having great difficulty with my stream as well, Frank, to be honest with you. I missed the Virgil van Dijk goal, and I just got, I think it was 61 minutes, just got into the 61st minute, so I missed about 20 minutes.
Well, it was the corner, Anyway, It was a corner coming over, and my it buffed a bit, just went like that.
Yeah.
And Canese's running away, they're all jumping on Canese. He scored.
I saw that. Yeah.
The buffalo. Anyway, spot on, Raw ruins our weekend, that, and none of us expected that standard of performance. The reaction was important tonight, says Ian Mack.
Yes, yeah.
Lyrics, yeah.
And Mark Simons is a good point as well. Bournemouth battered Chelsea 3-2, so we have to play our best 11.
It's all about the mental thing. Sean.
No. I just saying there's no easy games. We gotta play our best 11 all the time.
All the time, yeah. But we've got to rotate as well. We have to rotate.
Mm-hmm.
Simply
We did today. Tsimikas and Gakpo came in. I think both are okay, So with them 2 changes, it was good. Just to see Gakpo's energy, pretty good.
Yeah, totally agree. I know it's a long shot, says the unfair Raw, but if we could sign Musiala, I really would love that kind of player to our front line. I totally agree with the panel. Nunes looks like he checked out to me. He looks shot. There you go.
Yeah, I think just that Rutgers in South America went good for him. I'll just leave it at that. It hasn't really done him any favours, So actually, but going back to last season, he finished the season off pretty bad as well. Before the injury, remember Frank how good he was before that injury?
Yeah,
the guy was on top of his game. That's the best he's played for Liverpool. And then what happened? Our title room went down. He went down as well. Along with it, Endo, Salah all getting injured as well. But for me, Darwin hasn't been right because remember, Frank, we used to say he needs to keep not going offside all the time. Remember?
Yeah.
Then what happened? He mastered it. He went 4 or 5 games. He was on it. He was reading the lines, everything tip top, scoring goals. And then what happened? He got injured. Never the same again. Weird.
No.
And that's how it is with Darwin.
Absolutely. And what you think? A question for Sean. What has FSG done with the money Dynasty invested in LFC for 0% for the? Is that 0% ownership?
A percentage ownership of Liverpool.
Oh, percentage. Okay.
So we did a video on this last night. It came out that they didn't actually buy a share as it was communicated by the click, the media. They didn't actually buy a minority share in Liverpool. They bought it in FSG. Now, what they have done with the money is anybody's guess. We won't know until I think March, when the accounts come out. But we've been told that they bought a minority share in Liverpool, and they haven't. So
it never went on the pitch, did it? None of it went on the pitch.
Definitely, no, definitely not.
And that's what we're interested in, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah,
that's what we're interested in. The Forest game was Slot's first defeat in the year 2024, 30 games. Since James.
It was his birthday as well today.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to him, you know what I mean? Good result. Fair play.
Yeah, what about this? Cavallo with with a goal and 2 assists for Brentford. We should never have sold him. We've discussed this, JK and I. What's your take on about selling Carvalho? Should he have been sold or kept him?
I think he was a little bit lippy, Frank, when he was on loan. He was a bit lippy about, not getting a chance at Liverpool. And really, when you're a young player like that, I think you should just shut your mouth and just take whatever opportunities you're given and let the talking be on the pitch. I don't think he would have got the game time that he wanted. And while I thought he was a promising player, I couldn't see him happy at the club. And I think that all in all, we have to get rid of him. It's all well and good holding on to a player, but if they want more time, like for example, Kelleher, if he wants to be a number 1 goalkeeper, then he has to go. So I would have liked to have kept him on, but he wouldn't have been happy.
Well, the Anfield Roar says he's agreeing with Dean O'Brien. Totally agree that Leo looked no better than Anthony Martial to me. And Seedorf before the game had it spot on about Leo. He has to learn positioning and work off the ball.
Like for me, if he had Klopp as his manager the last 2-3 seasons, he'd be a top player right now. It's all about the manager for me. For me, quality-wise, I reckon he's a quality player. Gets in the Portugal first 11. Yeah, not a bad player. But I don't know, he's been at Milan for a long time now.
Yes.
And I'm surprised no one's ever really showed any interest in him, like from England. I haven't really heard any club like saying, yeah, we're interested in him, we want to bring him in.
Well, anyway, sodden. Even Stevie Wonder can see Trent can defend. Only haters say that he can't defend. Says, Steve, you never walk alone. He carries on by saying, McAllister, first Champions League game of his career tonight, and he starts with a win.
Not bad, is it?
Things like that. You don't think of things like that, really, right?
Yeah.
But he's right. First game. Another striker scores that chance Jota messed up with. Jota, best position, is out wide in his natural position, says Steve. I think that's a good point, actually. I really do. Yeah, look. This is the pin, boys. For the Daz Reynolds Fantasy Football CL pin. That's for Daz. Daz is a great lad, by the way.
Yeah, top lad.
And it looks like Jan has found a formula that allows him to make 2 changes every game, says Steve. And Mark says, Chiesa was loving us the last 5 minutes. He was, wasn't he, really?
That poor lad.
Yeah.
He's probably thinking to himself, like, what do I have to do to get more than 5 minutes or
yeah. Like, we're winning the game. I would have brought him on earlier.
Yeah. So would I, yeah.
I think if he had scored, say, like 20 minutes to go, 15 minutes to go, another one, if we had gone 4-1 up, I think he would have come on then. But he was making sure,
Yeah.
Out the
3-2 can 3-2 can turn into a 3-3 just like that nowadays.
Yeah.
Even in 2005.
So what about this weekend? I know that we've got one on Thursday. A particular pod. What do you think? Do you think that he should play his best 11 against this lot? At the weekend, Bournemouth.
I think so.
Or the rest of the players.
Well, maybe put Chiesa on. Maybe start him if he's fit. You know, I don't see what the problem would be. Maybe put Gapco where instead of Diaz. You know,
would you rest Mo?
I was thinking of that. I don't know. I mean, who would you put on?
Exactly.
Yeah,
you can't rest Mo because he's super fit anyway.
Yeah.
And the way he played tonight he was so unlucky.
Yeah, man.
2 shots, and they hit the underside of the bar.
Like, what do you have to do? Yeah. I thought, okay, come on. But he was trying today. He looked more energetic as well.
He did. More
compared to the Forest game.
I think every one of them
everyone.
was more determined.
Yeah.
To put that stupid game behind us, that Forest game.
So none of them had a great game,
No,
I suppose Gravenberch maybe, but none of them had a great game against Forest, and especially Salah. Salah got a lot of criticism over.
Yeah, man.
I'll sell him in the January
window.
Well,
I'm like, madness, man.
On. That's stupid. Carry on.
Yeah, he's our best player up top for me.
And Virgil's finished. He was saying as well. Virgil's finished. Don't be giving him another call.
I wonder what they're saying tonight. It's ridiculous. And I mean, like Frank, I was and JK, I was watching the press conference live, and to see the amount of people saying slot out, bring back. We just get a grip. He lost one game, and you can't really fault him for that game. If the players don't perform, it doesn't solely fall onto the manager. You could say maybe he could have rotated the team or whatever, but if he had won the game with that lineup, we wouldn't have been saying anything about him. So people need to cop on. Social media is it's ridiculous.
Absolutely. But that's what some Liverpool fans are very fickle.
Oh,
they're very fickle, and if anything goes wrong, it's get him out, and it's pathetic. Really. Steve says the players looked like they had their mojo back tonight. The players looked fresh and have plenty of energy in them. Yeah. But I said, someone asked me on the pod before, how do you think they'll play? AC. And I said, well, they'll allow Liverpool to come at them and catch us on the break. And their first goal proved that. But we started, I'm not sure we started off shaky or anything, or even, no confidence. I knew when they scored, I'm glad they scored early. If they were going to score, I'm glad they scored at that time. And, to be honest, it settled us down. We started playing good football. Really good football.
I don't think they had a shot, for a good 20 or 30 minutes.
No.
Until we got the equaliser, and they were knocked for 6. I mean, they just looked ropey as hell, when we got our mojo back, as Steve calls it.
Yeah. I think Nunes should have been loaned out to a club in Spain to keep his value and then sell him. He's not going to make it at LFC. Not arm type player. What do you think about that, JK? That comment?
Like for me, if he gets the game, like a chance starting, then we can say something. Like for me, he hasn't played football in months. So I'm not going to say anything until about 3-4 games he started. Then we can talk about that.
I agree.
Are you cooking there?
Me?
No.
Oh, JK.
I'll be cooking soon. I've yet to have me dinner, so I've ordered takeaway.
Same as myself. You know, if I eat, I fall asleep.
Well, I was falling asleep on the train there today. It's been a mad couple of weeks.
It's okay. Steve says, the only thing I will criticise on tonight, after making the first 2 subs, he should have made another 2 10 minutes later and 1 more in the 90th minute. But it's who you bring on, to be honest, and who you take off. But, you know, it's I love opinions, and
Absolutely.
this is all about. And very true, JK says the Anfield Nunes maybe is a player that needs 4 to 5 matches to get up to speed, but I don't think he will get 4 to 5 games to prove his worth. 2 seasons, he is 25 years old, and where's the improvement?
True.
Do you think that would be too harsh on Darwin, by the way?
No, like I said, before his injury, top form, he was playing his best football. Since then, he hasn't looked the same. So for me, that fight thing, that's the only thing I'm going to go to, man. That weren't good for him.
I think, you know, because football is at such a high level and there's such high pressure, you look at, okay, the time that you give a player, majority of the time, obviously, you obviously want players to hit the ground running and to perform straight away. The issue that we've got with Darwin is not just his temperament, but also the language barrier. I mean, he's not really,
No, yes,
show that
can't speak English, no.
So that's a big problem. For the amount of money that we've spent on him, we can't really sit back and say, Darwin, you take your time, and whenever you're ready to improve, he's wearing the number 9 of Bobby, Fernando Torres, and the likes. It's Liverpool Football Club. It's Liverpool Football Club. We've got to, while we want him to do well, we don't want to be him to be doing it on our time. He's got to hit the ground running, and he's got to improve his mentality, his temperament. He's got to improve his communication skills with the players, because that's why I think he's going offside all the time. And he's got to bang the ball into the net, no matter what way he does it. He's got to find the back of the net for me. And I think I even before Klopp announced that he was leaving, I said this is his last season to prove himself, and I still stand by that.
Fair comments. No, very fair comments. Lots have said that. James Max says Carlyle, it was good money. He wanted to play every week, and that was not going to happen.
Exactly.
Another good comment. And you're right. You're right there, James. Sean, so Redbird invested 530 mil in FSG portfolio, and so has Dynasty invested millions in FSG portfolio, but FSG continue to make 0 millions investment in their team called LFC. FSG out.
I've talked about that for about 7 or 8, the first 7 or 8 years of them being in the club, and got dogs abuse for it, Steve. So I'm leaving the whole FSG out thing to other people,
Yeah, because people will agree with you, but some people disagree, and the people who disagree become very personal. It's like JK and I in the summer, just before the season started. And there was no sign of anyone coming in, while everybody else was strengthening their sides. And we do need players, and we need them now as well. Not just because we're doing well, but we need them. We desperately need a number 6. Desperately. And we need a left-sided centre-back too. So there's 2 players that are desperately needed.
Yeah.
And, I must be honest, and we both agreed on this, JK. When we brought Chiesa in, I just said, well, this is ridiculous, simply because we didn't need a forward. And we don't, because we've got forwards there who can score goals.
Yeah.
We've got forwards. What we needed was a number 6, and we brought in. But I just thought that Chiesa.
Like I thought that if Chiesa is coming in, I thought, okay, who's coming out? Who's going out? Is it going to be Salah? Is it going to be Diaz? Is it going to be Jota? Is it going to be Nunez? And it was anyone's guess, So I don't understand the signing of Chiesa. I don't think we needed a signing like Chiesa. I personally think we could have dealt with a player like Inacio, who's a centre back and left back. We needed a number 6 to say that there is no other number 6 other than Zubimendi.
Edison was there.
Edison was there. Yeah, I saw Edison play against Liverpool there when I went over to see them play Atalanta. So I mean, there's plenty of there was plenty of opportunities to bring in players and for those positions, and we didn't do it. So I have while I'm happy with today's result and our performance of late, apart from the Forest game, it shouldn't really cloud our judgment of the shortcomings in this window.
Well, going on about Carvalho here. Carvalho was playing late in the audience. 27 million was good money, says Michael Carlyle. And the Anfield Roar says, Carvalho now can go on and make us some money on resale. Now for all I care. He said disparaging things about Jürgen.
Yeah.
He can fuck off. Coutinho midget, but not as good as Coutinho. He says it as it is. At Anfield, he just says it as it is.
That's the way I like it.
Wiley Cat. Hang on. Wiley Cat. I've never heard of this particular person. Let's be real, even if we played good, our forwards were again missing sitters because without Virgil and Kanate goal, we were a draw. Wiley Cat.
But that's like saying if my auntie had balls, she'd be my uncle. I mean, we still won. So, do you know what I mean? I mean, I could dissect that comment in all different ways. Yeah, okay, the forwards didn't score, but we had Virgil, we had Kanate, and Szoboszlai answered to Slot's analysis of him, and he put a ball in the net. So, it wasn't for the want of trying. Salah was very unlucky with 2 opportunities, so it could have been 5. It could have been 5-0. So
it could have easily have been 5-0. It could have easily have been, or ended up 5-1.
5-1. Yeah.
What about this? Becker with the ball, says Steve. At his feet worried me tonight.
Yeah.
Did give me confidence when passing it. Mentioned that before, Steve. What's this? The way he nearly cost us a goal. it was, and that's the worst I've seen him with the ball at his feet. And as I mentioned before, what's this with this stupid goal kick thing that they come out with? That's definitely not that's coaching.
Yeah.
That's coaching. That's a slot thing. Because we're not Feyenoord or Bournemouth, to be honest. And Callum says Nunes, Chiesa, Enzo to start against Bournemouth.
Why not? Yeah.
Chiesa, Enzo.
Why not?
Chris says FSG out is only the beginning of new owners will always want profit. Our initiative is the answer, but too many fans don't understand our collective power.
I don't know whether I don't think it's a case fans don't understand. I think fans are brainwashed by what the clique are telling them. You know, I mean, you have David Ornstein that is doing the circuit saying Richard Hughes is, respected by his peers. Well, that's great, but what has he done for Liverpool? Nothing. Only sell players. So why do we get all this waffle about Richard Hughes and what he does? I think people need to think outside the box and not be led and said by, the clique, the ones that are getting their perks and their exclusives with the club. We all know it, Frank, and unfortunately, a lot of people are blindsided by that. And if you're not positive, then you're not a real fan and all this rubbish. So until people actually cops on,
Well, the Anfield Roar says, it's a good comment, this, by the way. Curtis Jones will never be as good as Gravenberch. He should take Ryan's example on the pitch. He has got to ship up, or he can ship out. Sick of him now. I suppose an injury will be with him soon. That's Curtis Jones.
Yeah. Well, Curtis has been injury prone for a while, and there's been question marks over him. So,
yeah. But he has take care of himself and said, we'll give him this season.
Yeah.
And like to step up because he has got. You can see there's a great player inside.
Yeah.
And I mean a great player. But if you get rid of those shackles and start playing the way he can play, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Richard Hutchinson. Hi, Frank, JK, and guest and chat. How are you all doing? Many thanks.
How are you, Richard?
He's good, Richard. Got a big. I wouldn't be harsh Frankie on Nunes if he wasn't bought for 80 million. If he were 35 to 40, I'd say I like him, but I don't see a Fowler or Torres. No chance. Fernando Torres to me was exceptional. He was an incredible player for us, and that's one of the. Just imagine him playing up front, Fernando Torres.
Unbelievable. And how close we were to having Fernando Torres and Suarez in the same lineup, like sweet Jesus.
Suarez. Oh,
unbelievable.
He mentions him numerous times. And he dragged Liverpool, him and Steven Gerrard. He dragged Liverpool.
Mm.
And Mr. Rodgers got all the credit.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand. Don't understand at all. Sell Nunes and Jones, says Richard. The outfielder, great point, Shano and Nunes. We cannot handle him with kid gloves. Hey, like Curtis Jones, need to mature and start.
Yeah, like it's a big boy game, and you either make it in the game or you don't, and players' careers are short. I mean, when you look at Torres and his decision to leave the club, he wasn't prepared to wait for a 5-year plan, which is what was kind of put to him, that there was going to be a 5-year rebuild. And what player wants that? They want to succeed and they want to win now. And we can't sit around for Nunes to find his.
See, Nunes has got the speed and everything.
He's everything, yeah.
And he can hit a ball. I just, like as IBR Stella says, I think it's Nunes. Make or break season.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I've said that. Yeah.
And Steve says Jones needs to move to average teams like Brentford, Forest, Wolves, Everton, where he can play week in and week out and have a good career with no pressure to win trophies. What a point that is.
I mean, all these players that are going out on loan, I mean, they're either going to make it at Liverpool or they're not. And I think, we've got to make a decision. Has Jones been given enough chances at Liverpool? Is he going to, get any better? And if the answer to that is no, then go for it. Get rid of him, But I think it's make or break for him too, to be honest.
Yeah. And Steve says, carries on. Sean, I've been FSG out since 2011 when they forced Torres out. And he was forced out, by the way. That's when I knew these vulture capitalists were not here to win trophies for LFC. Perslow said FSG at LFC is scraping the barrel. But he was one of them who brought them in. Did you know that there was a Chinese consortium, right? And they wanted to buy him, by the club.
Yeah.
And they were worth 80 billion. 80 billion. Think about that. 80 billion. I think there was 5 of them. One of them was, he's an oligarch, and he's worth like 25 to 30 billion alone, this fella. But, they wanted to buy Liverpool. And people say Liverpool would have gone into administration.
Not a hope in hell.
I've argued with them. No chance. I've argued with them.
What would have happened, Frank, is Royal Bank of Scotland would have held on to the club until such a time as a suitable owner took over the club. That's what would have happened. It wouldn't have gone into administration. And this is the false narrative that gets thrown out, and even to this day is mentioned. And I can't understand for the life of me how people are buying into this crap. I really can't.
You're right, because the Royal Bank of Scotland, they were making profits on us.
Yeah, of course they were.
They were making profits. They was reluctant to kept on for a couple of years, to be honest. But as you know, it's the law that a club has to be taken over. But that's one of the main things. And, you do get the fans who say, well, look what they saved us. They didn't fucking save us at all. They didn't save us. And even the Royal Bank of Scotland said that they would never have gone into administration, and then they come out and say, we would have gone into administration. That's a load of fucking spin.
What was the team there? Was it in France or in Italy that FSG were inquiring into, and then Bordeaux, and they decided to let them go bust? Where was their capes then? You know, it's like as if like a big kind of Batman signal went in the sky for FSG to save Liverpool. They saw Liverpool on the steel, and that is what they said. You know, in email correspondence to each other, they were called NESV at the time, New England Sports Venture, and they were saying this club is going to be on the steel, and this club is going to make us money. The club was at 300 million. 300 million. Can you imagine? And it's now a £5 billion club. So, you know, this bullshit about business owners saving a football club. Insane.
Exactly. But you can't sell them, unfortunately. No matter what you say, they just dismiss it.
Well, it's the case of them not wanting to be sold, because if they, you know, admit, well, no, that's right, they didn't save us, then they lose their perks, they lose their benefits. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, I understand there's big, journalists, and there's YouTubers and podcasters that are all collaborating with each other, but they're doing a great disservice to the club by the misinformation and that narrative that FSG can do no wrong. You mean to tell me that every single one of them have the same opinion off the club and off the owners as each and every single one of them? You mean to tell me that not one of them has a question about why did Mike Edwards leave and then come back? Why did Julian Ward leave shortly after taking Edwards' seat? Why did Klopp leave when he'd signed the contract?
Well, we've said all that.
Absolutely.
In past things, you know.
Frank, I'm going to have to go now.
Okay.
Thank you very much,
great,
sir.
Sean, I hope to see you Thursday.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
Okay.
Talk to you soon.
See you later, Sean. Have a good kick. Have happy dreams now.
I'll try.
See you later. Thanks, Sean. See you Thursday. Anyway, some comments here. Some good ones, actually. The Anfield Ross says, first time tonight is glaring a new... Yeah, I've said that we needed a left-sided player and a DM. I've always said that. I said that in the summer. I'm not sure if our club wants to give Owen Beck a go or not. But you're right, lads. He's talking to Steve. Mark Simons. Gravenberch never got a sniff at Holland when they were crying out for quality midfield. It's crazy. Yep. But I think he's proven to Liverpool with getting games, because Bayern wouldn't play him. Wouldn't play him. And he had no game time at all last season. Or the season before. Came to us and he was on catch-up mode. Spider LFC. Allison once with the ball at his feet. Yep. He was asleep most of the game. Yep. And it was frightening when he had that ball at his feet, to be honest, Spider. Jones, the only excuse, says Spider. The unfit, they're all talking to one another. But anyway, it's been good tonight, boys. It's been absolutely brilliant. FSG, for a small investment, now have a situation where they will only be removed if someone pays $5 billion to them. I only see a situation where the likes of Manchester United, someone will invest to get a bit of comfort. I remember that Redbear coming in with 600 million, and I really thought that we were going to buy players. We never bought a fucking soul. So they had to leave abruptly as takeaways. No problem, surely, no problem, mate. No problem, honestly, no problem. And see you Thursday anyway. Enjoy your meal. Enjoy it. And the Anfield Roar. This is Steve answering. When FSG put the fake for sale up for that, yeah, that was in the November one. Several interested buyers came forward. 2 bids of 3.5 and 4 was made. 4 billion, that is. 4 billion. 4 billion. And, you know, they wouldn't take it, would they? We're a cash cow to them. They just take money out all the time. And someone on some certain post said, you know, they don't take money out the club. That's the people who are you're up against. Great chatting tonight, you all. To you all again. You'll never walk alone. Cheers, Sean. And Steve says, Sean, great guest on your show, Frank. Yes, absolutely. And the Anfield, that's true, lads. It looks like we're stuck with the regime. We are stuck with the regime. And we've got it. We'll not get used to it. We'll never get used to it. I'll never get used to it. I never wanted American owners. Honestly, I just never. Even when I heard that we were selling to X and Gillette, you know, and Americans that just came up with selling to Americans, I just put my head in my hands. And I went, fuck, why Americans? They'll turn us over. And I've been right with X and Gillette and this one. Frank is a legend, great show. Thanks. Thanks. It's the channel. Thank you. Maze up at the channel, you know, because it's you out there. It's all the chatters. FSGL protest will force them to spend on the squad or sell LFC. They won't allow it. They will not allow it. I'm telling you now, they will not allow banners in it. Remember when they banned? Because remember when it was X and Gillette out, H&G out. You know, we don't want the Yanks go home and all this. And they didn't want that. They knew, you know, they knew what they were like. They knew that Liverpool fans had just cottoned right onto them. So they banned all banners and everything else in case they had FSG out on them, which they would have done. But, you know, they're still scrutinised today just in case. So, you know, obviously there was a big stink over it and they allowed the banners, what we see today, you know, the flags. Great flags at that. But that's it. That's it. The Anfield Roar. Frank and Steve, you know, exactly right on FSG, Stephen. Listen, when they said on the January and the November that they were selling the club, I said, on here, I said, no, they're not. If you believe that, then give your head a wobble. Because they didn't, this is what I said, they don't want to sell, they don't want to buy in the January window. This is when we were screaming out for players. And I said, when February comes, they'll go like that. Oh, we're not selling them. and I was vindicated. I was right. I was right. In fact, I was dead right. Protest on the Kop with no banners had zero effect. They don't care. Of course they fucking don't. FSGL protests don't have to be inside the stadium. No, you're right. And Anfield, Philip Drury was the poor fella's name who we lost from the Liverpool family this morning. Rick lad. He'll never walk alone. And as Steve says, the FSG protests don't have to be inside the stadium. Of course they don't. And the true Steve, you never walk alone. It may work with ticket pricing, but forcing these bastards out would need to be some protest as big as our streets were filled in the 2019 parade. But anyway, I'm going to end the pod there, boys. It's been great. Thank you for keeping myself company, and Sean and JK. I'm knackered, really am. I get no sleep. And Steve says, Sean, Frank, Anfield or any FSGL protest outside the stadium damages FSG brand name. But the brand name, they don't give a toss, honestly. They don't give a toss what we say about it. And Sean says, as he's eating his Chinese takeaway, much appreciated. You never walk alone. Look after yourselves. Absolutely, you look after yourself. And IBR, you never walk alone, Frank. Thank you. Thank you, IBR. And Nick says, Nick Fadley, buying results shocked me. And put fuckers there. One man and his dog does an FSGO protest affects FSG brand. Great show, Frank, he says, the Anfield Road. Go and have a cocoa and a spot of Babe Station. Cocoa, Babe Station. Babe Station. Oh, wait. Babe Station. Anyway, I'm gonna go, boys. See you Thursday, I hope. See you Thursday. Steve says United Arsenal fans protested against their owners. Both opened checkbooks. But the Glaziers, to me, always gave them money to buy. They always did. Listen, boys, I've got to go. I'm absolutely shattered. As I said, a great win. Hope to see you all on Thursday. Oh, fresh. Oh, fresh. Shattered. Got to go to the Aussie and everything as well, so. Tomorrow. I've got a literature class in the morning. Still teach literature. And I'm doing the Crucible. Arthur Miller's Crucible. The Melting Pot. Great play. Great. True story as well. Big off Frank, you never walk alone. That's big win. Yes. Yes. And Steve says, hi Frank. Thanks Steve. Thanks for listening. I love you all and thank you for tuning in. Have a look at the watch. Someone's gonna win it. It is a cracker, honestly. It's a cracker. I think you'll enjoy it. And you don't need to change the bracelet because it's, excuse me, it's one of those bracelets that fits any wrist. Even if you've got big chunky wrists, fits you. So we'll see you all on Thursday, 8 o'clock as usual. Thanks, people. Good night. Good night. Nick Falvey. Au revoir. Au revoir. Good night. Thanks, Nick. Thanks, Nick. My Frankie and chat says the Anfield. Frank, stay up. I need a drink as well. I really need a drink. It's a thirsty. And I know I'll have a cup of tea now. And if I had something to eat, put it that way, I'd just fall asleep. Because I don't sleep. It's terrible, I don't sleep. Steve says, stay up for another 6 minutes and it's time for breakfast. You're right there. Didn't realise it was nearly midnight. But anyway, good night, boys. See you Thursday, I hope. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you.